Hello everyone, welcome to my channel World of AWS. I hope you all are doing good. So we are continuing with Terraform tutorial, and in this video we are going to discuss about Terraform S3 backend, and we are also going to discuss about Terraform S3 native state locking. Okay, so what is S3 native state locking? Terraform traditionally used DynamoDB for state file locking to prevent simultaneous operations. Since Terraform version 1.1, native state locking supported using Amazon S3 object lock. Okay, so S3 native locking is based on S3 object lock and the versioning, and only work when explicitly enabled during bucket creation. So whenever you want to use S3 native state locking, you have to enable bucket versioning. Okay, so while creating your S3 bucket, so whenever like you are going to use S3 native state locking, you have to consider this point. So I have like feature here and the requirement. So the Terraform S3 native state locking is supported the version greater than 1.1.1.0. okay, greater than or equal to 1.1.0. so if you have Terraform version 1.1.0, then you can use the native state locking of S3. okay, and if you have greater than, then it's always supported and you can use. So AWS S3 feature, so object lock should be enabled on your S3 bucket. S3 versioning, okay, must be enabled, and inside the backend configuration we have to use log file equals to true. Okay, so let's go ahead and see it how we can achieve it in the real time and how we can configure it. Okay, so let me go to the AWS console so that I can show you. I don't have currently any bucket created. So first I am going to create the bucket. Okay, so let me search for, let me directly use the provider block. First provider AWS, and the reason I am going to use US East 1 as usual. Okay, then after that I am going to create one S3 bucket. Okay, AWS underscore S3 and bucket. Here I am going to give name TF state. Okay, and the bucket name should be unique because S3 is global service, right? Sorry, not name, it will be bucket. Okay, so I am going to use Terraform native state locking 𝗧𝗢𝗠𝗧𝗢𝗠. okay, so this name should be unique as per S3's global service. And now I want to enable the bucket versioning for this bucket. Okay, so let's go ahead and search for this. So as we can see here, I have already searched. So you have to search with AWS Terraform S3 bucket versioning, and you have to open this resource one. Okay, so go ahead and copy this configuration. So and here I have to change the name S3 bucket, and whatever name I have given here, for which bucket I want to enable the bucket versioning. So I will change the name. Now it's good, right? So what I will do now, so let me create the bucket. Okay, so let's open the terminal and let's delete the other terminal here. Let's run Terraform init. Okay, so that our backend is will get initialized. Okay, and one more thing that I want to show you. So let me open the CMD, like which Terraform version I am using currently. Okay, so if I run Terraform -v, sorry, Terraform -v, as you can see, Terraform version is 1.12.2, right? So this is the latest version till now. So if you want to use like S3 native state locking, then your version of Terraform must be equal and greater to 1.1.0, right? As we have seen in the document as well. Here we have seen already, right? So we are going to test the native state locking. So our version, Terraform version, is compatible, right? So let's run Terraform apply -auto -approve. So okay, so this will create the S3 bucket and this will enable the bucket versioning. Okay, so as you can see, it's creating the S3 bucket. Okay, and it will enable the bucket versioning. Later on we are going to create backend. So our backend.tf file, and here we are going to configure the native locking in the backend block, right? So save this. So let's go to the AWS console and see, like, do we have the any bucket created here or not. So as you can see it here, so Terraform native state locking U2 bucket is created. If I go to the properties, I can see the bucket versioning is enabled for this bucket, right? So we are good to go. And if we go, so let me open this as well. So as you can see it here, so store the state as given in the key given bucket Amazon S3. This backend also support state locking, which can be enabled by setting the use_log file argument to true. Okay, so now let's search for Terraform AWS S3 backend. Okay, so let's copy this and paste it here, and here I am going to use encrypt equals to true, and another that we have just explored. In order to use native state locking, we have to use this argument and the value will be true, right? So I am going to use that argument equals to true. Okay, and I am going to change the key here, and I am going to also change the name of the bucket. So let me copy the bucket name and use it here, and here I am going to use prod. Okay, then in the prod directory I am going to store tf state Terraform. Let me write in the proper way, Terraform.tf state, like that. Okay, so let's save this. Okay, now everything looks fine. So we have used the backend one, example backend configuration. Here we have used the backend configuration here, and the same here we have, right? So we can use this one as well. There is no difference between like this both example. Okay, so you can use any. So and you just have to use this argument and the value will be true. Okay, so let me go and run Terraform init and apply. So there is no TF state file in our S3 bucket. If you go here and see, there is no file, right? So it's coming up, and it's asking, do you wish to copy the existing state file, means this state file, to S3 bucket. Yes, I want to copy and I want to manage the things using Terraform only. So I have given the value as yes. Okay, so now if you go to here in the object, and if you go here, you can see, right, terraform.tf state file is already here. And if we go here and go to the properties, here I wanted to show you. So currently object lock disable, but the bucket versioning is enabled and it will work as expected. It's not mandatory to enable the object lock, okay, object lock. So while creating the S3 bucket, but S3 bucket versioning must be enabled in order to use S3 native state locking. Okay, so now how we can test it? So I have to use one null resource AWS. Okay, sleep AWS Terraform sleep resource. Okay, now let's search for it. Open the first one, and I am going to use this block to just, so I will use here and I will remove the defend on. I am just using this block to acquire the lock on the TF state file, to just show you that it's working with the S3 native state locking or not. Okay, that we have just implemented using the backend. Okay, so now let's run Terraform init, and later on we are going to run Terraform apply. Okay, so Terraform apply. So you will see this apply will acquire lock. As you can see, acquiring a state lock, this may take few moments, right? So it's taking the lock. Okay, so I am going to open one more terminal, and in this terminal it's this apply have already taken the already applied the lock, okay, on the current. Okay, so I have not saved it. So okay, I just changed the time, but I didn't save that, so that's why it's taking, it will be applied for only 30 seconds. Okay, so operation has been cancelled. Now I want to run Terraform apply, so that 5-minute lock will be there, right? So acquiring a state lock, this will take few moments, right? So once it will start running, okay, so ID version native lock YouTube, right? So let's go to the another terminal here and run Terraform apply. You will get the error here, because as you can see here, error operation S3 put object HTTP response error 1412. Okay, so API error and error acquiring the state lock, and who have taken the state lock and who is performing any action. So as you can see a desktop, bpin desktop, this the name of the user that which is performing current operation on the Terraform state. Okay, so Terraform state is currently getting used, that's why you are not able to perform any action. Okay, so it's taking the time, as we have mentioned the 5 minutes of sleep time here, okay, to acquire the lock. And if we go here in the S3 bucket, you will be able to see there will be one more file for the locking. So if you go to the prod directory here, and if you can see here Terraform state.tf lock file is there. So once the lock will be released, this file will be not there. Okay, so this file will be automatically gone from here. Okay, so let's go here. As you can see, it will take time, so let me cancel it. Okay, and let me refresh this. As you can see, that file, that tf state terraform lock file is gone. It's not available here as we have just released the lock, right? And if we go here and if we run terraform apply here, okay, from this terminal, it will be it's going to run. As you can see, acquiring a state lock, this may take few moments. So because we have just released the lock from terminal 1 and we are running the Terraform apply from terminal 2, right? So if you go to the here, if we go here, you can see the log file. So the log file is here again, and once we release the lock, it will be gone from here as well. Okay, so this is how we can achieve and we can use S3 native state locking. But remember, you have to create bucket and you have to enable bucket versioning, and to use native state locking, your Terraform version must be equal and greater than 1.1.0 that we have seen in the document. Okay, so this is the key pointer that you need to consider whenever you are going to use Terraform S3 native state locking. So I hope you found this video informative and helpful. If you have any query, any confusion regarding this video, then do let me know in the comment section. And if you are new to my channel, then do check out my other playlist as well, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.